What's going on, Metal4Metal Universe? This is going to be a jam-packed episode of Heavy Metal News. It is episode 45. We're going to be talking about Megadeth Cruise. I guess it's going to be happening pretty soon. We're going to be talking about the new Amon Amarth live record that I guess they're working on. Some Metallica news, and of course some Exodus news, talking about, is there even, well, we'll wait for the topic to get to you at the very end, guys. This is going to be episode 45, and we're going to start it right after I finish this pie. Metal4Metal. What is up, Metal4Metal Universe? I'm PJ Steve, and that's Dennis Parker, and this is going to be the Metal4Metal Show, episode 45. I'm excited because we haven't been together in so long. How have you been?
I'm good, man. Just that enthusiasm. Jesus Christ.
I know, it's too much for you.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, here, I'll just do it how you did it. Megadeth Cruise, and there's a recorded video here, the Ben Shapiro Show.
Yeah.
I do it like you did.
That's exactly how I did it.
No, they want enthusiasm. They want movement.
No metalhead wants enthusiasm. Trust
They
me.
want enthusiasm.
They don't. No, they don't. Trust me.
How have you been? We haven't talked in a long time.
I've been good, man.
Going on?
Just whatever. You know, like I said, just been working a lot.
I know you. Yeah.
Trying to catch up on things.
In case you guys didn't see the Facebook post, that's why we had the video just with Dennis doing it, because he was working crazy overtime, and there was just going to be no time for him to be able to come over to do the show. I was proud of you for taking the initiative to do it, though. That was nice.
Yeah.
When you sent me that text, you're like, "Hey, I'm just going to put up a video," and I was like, "Do it," because I know we don't have time.
Yeah.
So if you heard the barking down here, I do want to say too, we got a new puppy. This is Ray. She's a little shit, just like Rosie. But she's gonna grow up to be a real dog.
A real dog. That's all I have to say. It's not like some little rat dog
like
Rosie is, but like an actual dog that could physically harm you.
Yeah, I am training her to kill.
Yeah.
It's very good.
She's like Rosie is nothing but like a glorified, alarm clock. That's all she is. Like this dog could actually cause some damage.
She's got a wicked left hook too.
Yeah.
Like, boom.
Yeah.
Game over.
She's paws aren't that big though. Usually you can judge how big a dog's gonna be by the paws. So
she's a good dog.
I think she'll be formidable.
But that's Ray, ladies and gentlemen. And guys, we're gonna get right into the news coming up here soon. I just want to talk a little bit briefly about the Metal4Metal Fest that we had last Saturday during the hurricane. A lot of people were nervous because it was supposed to rain really hard, and it didn't.
Some people got it. So like North Carolina.
Right, but where we were, we didn't get it.
North Carolina.
North Carolina got hit pretty hard, and of course, upstate South Carolina got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and now the rainwater is coming down to Georgetown and all that.
Well, where we were, we were lucky enough just to get a little bit of drizzle, which was nice.
Yeah.
But we did have the show. It was pretty sweet. A couple pictures on there, but yeah, it was pretty sweet. We sold a decent amount of merch. We sold a lot of it. Actually, someone paid. Bought 10 tickets to get into the raffle, which is kind of nice. I didn't expect that. They did win.
They did win.
They did win.
Oh, so they just stuffed the ballot box.
Yeah, I mean, like there wasn't a huge crowd because, like I said, people were nervous for the storm. But the 3 people that got into the raffle, one person got 1 ticket, one person got 2, and then he was like, "No, I'll give you 10." And
how much did the tickets go for?
$2. Oh, I only charged $2. I wasn't trying to get a whole lot. Everyone's having a good time, and it was really sweet. I do want to talk a little bit about the new metal that we've been listening to. You turned me on to that band, Storm Thrash. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was one of the CDs I got in the Metalhead box. And
right.
I've actually,
isn't that great?
There's like 3 other CDs I haven't even gotten around to listening to yet. I haven't even watched that Death live DVD yet.
I watched half of it.
Is it actually a live DVD or is it like a documentary?
It's a
documentary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd actually rather see the documentary.
Hey, Rosie, I see you.
I love documentaries.
Yeah, that's what I say, Rosie. But Melissa from the Metalhead box, she got flagged the other day by a fan who was like, "You post too much death stuff," and she was like, "Fuck you, I don't care."
Oh, she did. Yeah, she didn't. She said she didn't know if they were talking like death metal or death in general, like the band.
So then she just started like trolling and just like posting death videos, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then of course she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be watching the new death documentary."
Well, there's one thing I'm sure is that you can never post too much or listen to too much
Rest
death.
in peace, Chuck.
You can never listen to too much death.
Well, we're gonna get right into the news, guys. After you see this, it'll be past this, but September 24th was actually the 28th. The 28th anniversary of Rust in Peace.
It's 28, huh?
2018. They came out in 1990. It's 28, right? Yeah, and you saw the 25th anniversary concert.
I did.
But that is going to segue into our first piece of news, which is Megadeth.
Well, I think it was the 20th anniversary.
Oh, maybe I thought it was the 25th.
Well, 25th,
maybe it was the 20th.
25th would mean it was only 3 years ago, and it was a lot longer.
Oh, you're right. So 20.
So
You're right. 20th.
That is the 20th anniversary.
But,
which was an awesome show because not only did Megadeth play the entire Rust in Peace album, Testament was there, and they played all the Legacy too.
Oh, that's your shit.
I enjoyed that just as much.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite.
Well, that's going to segue into our first piece of news, which is Megadeth is going to be announcing a MegaCruise.
Yeah, so basically it looks here like they were planning on doing their own version of the 10,000 tons of metal. Probably just not going to be nearly as big though, but I mean we don't know anything about it except that it's going to take place sometime 2019. It's going to coincide with the launch of their new album, and it's going to be on the Pacific Ocean, so it's going to be on
away
the west,
from us.
on the west side of the continent. So
I mean that's like Motorhead had the motorboat, Kiss had the Kiss cruise, Chris Jericho has a cruise. It's kind of more wrestling, but it's wrestling and metal kind of thing.
I'm interested to see what the lineup, like who the bands are going to be on there. If like who exactly they're going to be, you know. So
that'd be pretty cool. He'll probably have different events on there too, because he does. He likes doing his little events like that. With the whole thing where you could spend the night at his house for a week or whatever. He had like wine tasting, and he had an acoustic show, and he had a bunch of cool shit like that.
That's the one that they're going to be like. I remember at the one at his house, they did like some fireside chat.
Yeah.
Like
so it could be something like that.
Like that. And isn't it Alex Skolnick and Junior? They do that Metal Allegiance.
Metal Allegiance,
yeah. So I wonder if they're going to be
with Chuck Billy from Testament, Chris Jericho.
I wonder if they're going to be there doing that. I mean, it would kind of make sense for them to do that.
I love what Metal Allegiance does, man. Their covers are fantastic, and even their original material is pretty sweet too.
Yeah, but there's no way I'm going to be able to go on this cruise because I'm not flying across the country to go on this. But Dystopia was awesome, so I'm looking forward to this.
I did like Dystopia. I think I will like this new record.
Yep.
So let's move on to another new record that's coming out.
So Amon Amarth officially announces the live album and documentary, The Pursuit of Vikings, 25 Years in the Eye of the Storm. Now, they had been teasing this for a couple weeks. So
it's so good, Dennis.
So we know, I mean, well, it's not out yet, so we don't know if it's
going to be.
They're a good band,
I'm saying,
obviously we know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's a live album.
But I mean, like, look at what they're playing. Like, it's
got all their greatest hits, and there's going to be a documentary with it, which of course I love fucking documentaries. And going to be a Blu-ray that comes with it. I guess it's going to be I think that it's going to be all-inclusive, if I'm reading this right. I think it's going to come with a CD and a Blu-ray or a DVD or something.
That's usually what they do nowadays.
Yeah, so that's going to be fine with me. Whenever I bought the last Iced Earth album, Live in Ancient Curion, it was like that. It came with the CD and the DVD with it, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
So, but yeah, it's got all the greatest hits on it.
That's what I had them sign when we met them.
Did you? Oh, was it Ancient Curion?
Well, I had him sign a bunch of stuff because I cheated, and I got Lauren a ticket too, so that she could bring some of my stuff to get signed.
Ah, very small.
Yeah,
very
and
small.
I'm home.
So yeah, I mean, not much to say about it other than I think it comes out sometime November 16th.
I'll definitely be looking forward to it because that's one of your favorite bands.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good.
And it's they're one of those bands that every now and then I'll go like a couple, them and Death, I'll go like a couple months without listening to them. And then they'll just pop up on my soundtrack, and it'll be like, wow, like, and then I'll just listen to them for weeks on end, kind of like how Melissa Fox is just spamming everybody with it. I have no problem with that.
We love you, Melissa. Thank you.
Okay, so it's official. Kiss to launch farewell tour End of the Road in 2019.
Oh, no, this is an article from 2003. Oh no! Oh, it's like they're doing it again.
You know,
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, I guess they came out and they just said that, you know, they're getting old. They don't know how much longer they're going to be able to tour because they're wearing like 70 pounds of armor and metal on them. So, I mean, they're getting in their 70s. So, but I mean, I never really believe whenever a band says it's going to be their final tour. I mean, because I remember when I was in high school, they did a final tour.
Yeah, they did.
A farewell tour.
Well,
that was in like
Kiss.
that was in like what 2003. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think there was one even before that.
They've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
I just thought this was funny because, I mean, good for them to quit while they're quote unquote ahead. But people still sell. I mean, Kiss still sells out stadiums. Don't get it twisted. You know, you may think Kiss is overrated or whatever, but they're still selling out fucking seats. I'm not the biggest Kiss fan, but I can definitely respect what they do. Yeah. I joke about Kiss about he's put a copyright on everything, like I joke about that, But I mean, Love Gun is one of my favorite records of all time. That record is fantastic. Fucking Destroyer is great. Rock and Roll Over. Even Dynasty has kind of its hit. So I'm a Kiss fan. So
I like Kiss just fine.
Yeah, good for them for coming out and sticking with their gimmick instead of like, you know, oh, we're getting older, we might as well maybe take off a couple of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, just because. This may very well be the last tour because it's going to go on for 3 years.
Yeah.
They said they're going to hit every continent. I wonder if that includes Antarctica.
Yeah, Metallica played that.
Yeah, they played.
And they didn't play Trapped Under Ice.
Yeah, big miss.
Biggest missed opportunity in metal.
Very big missed opportunity there. Anything else you want to say about
that?
No,
I mean, I just think, Kiss Farewell Tour, good for them. Would you go see it?
If it came around here.
If it came around here, you go see it?
I just don't really think, it might be their last tour. I still think they're going to play shows. I mean, even like Ozzy's doing his No More Tours tour, and then like right in the middle of it, he says, well, just because it's called No More Tours doesn't actually mean I'm not going to tour anymore. So, like, whatever. So, I just don't believe anybody.
I want to add on to something real quick that I was reading also about Kiss. You reminded me. Ace Frehley, original lead guitarist for Kiss, was saying that like he will, if you pay him $6,000, he'll be your best man at your wedding. That's an article I was reading on Blabbermouth.
You know, honestly, I'm surprised he's not charging more than $6,000. It seems like that would be $10,000+ for you said it was Ace, right? To show up. Yeah, I mean, like
that would be cool if you showed up at my wedding, but
so
it's
you gotta pay $6,000 plus airfare when we get there.
It just said $6,000.
I wonder if that includes airfare. Honestly,
like you pay Pound $6,000, he's like, all right, I'm here. What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
stand right there beside me.
Right? Does he mingle? I wonder with the crowd, with your friends, or does he just literally stand up there the wedding's
and then when the wedding's over, he leaves.
And then the limo pulls over, and he leaves. Like because he's got to mingle.
He's like, thanks for your business.
Yeah,
see you later.
He's got to mingle with the crowd. He's got to talk to people for that much money. That would just
eats all your food though.
Yeah, he just hits the buffet up and just kind of nods at people, and then he's out.
Hey, are you Ace Frehley from Kiss? No, I'm brother.
I don't know. I mean, like I've seen him on that metal show, and he seems like a really nice guy.
He's a talented guitarist. He's not.
Eddie Trunk loves the guy.
Well, he's not smart. He's not smart. I can remember like Frank actually from Gutter Saints telling me an interview he read or something he saw where like Ace Frehley was upset about he didn't get paid enough, and he went to his manager's office or something like that. Frank, if you can correct the story, I appreciate it. Because it's probably wrong.
I think I remember us talking.
He went into someone's office and was like, yeah, how much did the tour make? Well, it made such and such money. And Ace was like, well, how come I don't have this much money? He's like, well, because you have to pay.
You gotta pay
the merch, the lighting. You have to pay.
Do you understand how tours work?
And yeah, and Ace was he was like, well, I'm Ace Frehley, and it was the Ace Frehley tour. So why didn't I get paid this? And like, I remember Frank telling me about that, and I started laughing my ass off. Anyway, let's move on.
I'd like to actually read that interview.
I'll have to find it somewhere. I'll have to get Frank in. We'll look it up.
I have a hard time believing that after all this long of touring,
Ace was still
still doesn't understand
how it works. Well, I think it was
works.
back in the day too. I don't think it was like very current. I think it was like
it had to have been a long time ago because I mean, like it seems like I could understand their first time out, maybe not realizing, oh wait, we got to pay our managers, we got to pay.
You got to pay the sound guys. You got to pay
everybody, the venue and all that. So I don't know. Okay,
let's move on.
Metallica announces summer 2019 European tour with Ghost.
Skip that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I missed it. Okay, I'll skip that.
Before we hit our main topic, or our main news story.
Okay, let's see. Okay, next up, Misfits officially announced their next reunion show in Chicago without Doyle. So this is interesting to me because I still remember years ago whenever Glenn Danzig swore to
he would never
Jesus, Allah, Buddha, and Satan all together.
He's played with him a couple times here, and he did it with Hellfest. He did it, I think, a show in Las Vegas, which might have been Hellfest. But so now it's just Danzig and fucking
Jerry only.
And Jerry only. Yeah, I mean, but Doyle, I don't think it was because they just didn't want to have Doyle. Doyle is doing his own thing right now. He's with his own tour and killing
that last album he had was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was like a straight metal album.
It's really good. He's doing a fantastic tour, and he's fucking like cut. Have you seen him?
Yeah,
he's fucking built as shit.
Yeah, they all are actually. I mean, like, when you see the Misfits line, like they're fucking big.
I would like to see this because Venom and Fear are opening up, and those are some of my two favorite fucking bands.
I'd love to see Venom.
And Power Trip's opening too. I love them. Really cool thrash metal.
I've never heard of them.
Power Trip's really good, man.
I'll check them out.
No later. But Fear, man, like I've been like binging that fucking song. The trouble today with women, the mouth don't stop. Like that's fucking funny to me. Like
I would love to see Misfits and
sure. You couldn't bring your phone in there.
Great. They won't let you bring your phone in there.
You remember they?
Oh, that's right. They tried to tell you that. I mean, they tried to part people from their phones. Get out of here.
let's move on because I want to talk about Metallica while listening to a band that's better than them.
Okay, Metallica announces summer 2019 European tour with Ghost. That's really, I mean, like, you got
So,
anything to
yeah, I do have
it?
something to say because, like,
It's going to start in Portugal, going to end in Germany.
So, it's just weird to me how, like, they can do a European tour with 2 bands, but, like, in North America, they're just doing it with a comedian.
Now, my retort to that is I'd rather see Jim Brewer than Ghost any day of the week.
Yeah, and that's what Kevin said, too.
Any day of the
I was
week.
waiting for that, but I would rather see any type of music than see a comedian before a band.
Really?
I think it's silly.
Anytime. So you'd rather see Ghost play?
Yeah.
Oh,
Than
no.
Jim
Not
Brewer?
at all.
Hell yeah.
I think Jim Brewer's kind of funny.
Sure, but not before Metallica.
I guess. I mean, I can't.
I mean, if in a perfect world though, why didn't Metallica just get 2 thrash metal bands?
Yeah. Well,
Why didn't he just get Overkill or Testament or Overkill and
it could be worse. I remember whenever Saint Anger came out and they did the Summer Sanitarium tour with Limp Bizkit and Linkin
Yeah,
Park.
that's fucking shitty
That
too.
was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. But I mean, they haven't really toured with any thrash metal bands since like 1987 or something.
They toured. Well, no, they toured.
When have they toured
No.
with a thrash metal band? I mean, other than the Big Four.
No, when they did Quebec Magnetic in during the Magnetic tour. I remember that.
Magnetic tour?
Yeah, they toured with 2 thrash metal bands. I can't think of it because on the DVD he thanks them.
Were they local bands? Or
No,
something?
it was like Death Angel and someone. I can't
Oh, wow.
remember. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, it's definitely very rare that
They toured with 2 bands that I remember going like, oh shit, they toured with those guys. Like, I don't think it was Lamb of God or anyone like that. I can't remember.
I mean, good for them for doing that. I mean, it's just very rare that I hear about that. Usually, it's a big. You hear about Avenged Sevenfold or fucking Ghosts. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even show up for Ghosts, to be honest with you. I would just show up late. I just could not possibly care any less about Ghost. Like, I just couldn't possibly.
They put on a better show than Jim Brewer.
I guess. I mean, I've never watched either live.
Their theatrics are pretty cool, but then again, I'm into that and you're not. I'm into the theatrics
I
of the
cannot
shows
care.
and shit.
I mean, I kind of like theatrics when I watched like King Diamond play. You know, there's kind of a thing.
Yeah, but you didn't like Bruce Dickinson having the mask or
No,
dancing
that was because that was
that.
corny as shit.
It was
That's
corny.
why. That was horribly corny.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that was corny. I thought him dressing up as a soldier during Passion Day was
That's
corny.
when he was dancing around like with his little cape and his.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was spinning the cape around. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, like, you
Stop.
see, spinning a line, wait for the drink, and then
Somebody, like, wasn't there somebody there just being like, Bruce, let's just not.
Hell no, dude.
Let's not.
I bet Steve was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because it's gonna make Steve look.
But
cool.
everyone else was saying, like, who booked this shit? You know? Chat me up here with the next fucking thing, because it goes right back to another Metallica thing.
Just Metallica is just saying, his story, the Black Album, has hit its 500th week on the Billboard charts. So apparently, there's only 3 other albums in the history of the Billboard.
Oh, let me see if I can guess it.
Chart.
Let me see if I can guess it. Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Nope.
No?
No. It's some very odd ones. I never would have thought.
Is it an Eagles record?
No, I thought it would be.
Oh, then I give up. What is it?
Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Bob Marley and the Walters. Legend.
Overrated.
I don't even know what that
Overrated.
is. And Journey's Greatest Hits.
Oh, I can see Journey.
See,
Bob Marley's overrated.
I thought
yeah.
it was going to be AC/DC's Back in Black, and like you said, like a Michael Jackson album, like
Yeah.
Thriller or something.
Well, I remember. Yeah.
I thought it would be that. Like I never, or the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I never would have thought it'd be fucking Bob
like a
Marley.
Beatles record or
He doesn't
something.
fuck about Bob Marley.
He is one of the most overrated artists in the world.
Yeah, I can't stand listening to Bob Marley though. It is
Yeah.
just fucking nails in my brain. I can't stand it. So 16 million copies sold in America alone. Well, 16.83, so they're actually almost at 17 million copies just in America.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. I mean that's especially like when you have like the Black Album and then everything else is just Journey and fucking Pink Floyd and
Yeah.
shit like that. That's really crazy.
And you know, a lot of people are like, well, you know, I wish that metal would be more mainstream. And it's like, well, it kind of doesn't get any more mainstream.
Yeah,
than that,
that's
you know? I mean,
extremely
like, I give Black Album shit. I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that back. I give it shit because it's to me, it's not the greatest record in the world. But damn, is it not fucking radio friendly
Yeah,
enough
it
for
is,
everyone
it
to
is.
fucking love it? And I dig it, man. Like, good for them. Good for Metallica. You know,
Making
there's
that money. I mean,
Exactly.
if I were them, I probably would have stopped after the Black Album. I'd be like, we got our, you know, we got our money tree for the rest of our life. Like,
Yeah.
I would have just probably, I don't know, maybe I would have Police Garage too. But that's just insane. It boggles the mind how many albums that is sold. Like, it still outsells like new metal bands releasing new albums,
Sure.
the Black Album will outsell.
And speaking of new metal bands, I want to get into our final topic of the evening of the episode. It kind of goes into something Exodus was talking about. The lead singer of Exodus. Take it away.
So Steve from Exodus was just doing an interview, and he was just saying that
That is the lead singer, right?
Yeah, Steve. Yeah. So so he's just saying that there's really no new blood that's going to be able to come out nowadays and really replace bands like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. Like, there's going to be no more big icons coming out. So I gotta say, like, I kind of agree with him. I mean, there's probably going to be other bands coming out that will have these big arena, big massive shows, but when you read through the comments, what people are saying is like two of them that come up are Ghost, which, fuck that. I mean, I could not care less about Ghost, and I don't even consider them metal at all.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why they're even in the discussion. That's just like a rock band, like Avenged Sevenfold or something coming out. But a lot of people said Arch Enemy which they do draw in a big crowd.
Yeah, they draw in Europe. They won't draw here.
Over here, I mean, they could sell out, a medium-sized venue, but they're not going to be selling out Madison Square Garden.
So you don't think that?
There's great bands, but I can't think of who's the next?
Iron Maiden. Who's the next?
Who's the next Iron Maiden? Who's the next?
Okay,
Priest?
so I have just a little hot take on this. I don't think that we've seen the next Iron Maiden or the next Judas Priest or the next Metallica or Megadeth yet. I think that, we kind of briefly touched on this a little bit. I think that they're somewhere in a garage or somewhere learning or somewhere making it happen, trying to make it happen.
So
they're in a shitty band in a high school. They have it. You have great bands and you have great musicians that can play really well. And they are very talented, very intricate, but they don't have it. Metallica had it. Maiden had it. And no one knows what it is. No one knows what it is. But it's a factor that you have to get over.
Good songs.
Yeah, I mean,
good songs.
So, there's more to it.
You gotta have, because the thing about Priest...
It's like what you said, if you taught everyone in the world how to play really good guitar, then everyone can be the next Iron Maiden or whatever.
So I don't think everybody would be it, but I think it would increase the odds.
It would increase the odds, but again...
You could basically speak the language.
I guess, but you still wouldn't... You could teach someone how to do something all day, but they won't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what you're saying. I mean, like with Priest and Maiden, Motorhead, those kind of things, I mean, they just have something that was special. I mean, they had great songs, and it was just something about them where they were able to stand the test of time without it becoming a fad, without becoming a trend. Because when you look at like the new wave of American heavy metal that came out, Shadows Fall isn't a thing anymore. Lamb of God is still a thing. Who was it? Killswitch Engage, not really a thing anymore. I can't really think.
Fuck Jesse from Killswitch Engage.
Yeah, I mean, Lamb of God maybe is one band that I could see maybe playing out like a big headlining festival.
I can see them.
A band
Slipknot.
like Slipknot.
I can see Slipknot.
A band like Slipknot.
Oh, well, Slipknot's taking Knotfest on the road. That's pretty cool. They're talking about doing
or is it actually
touring...
Slipknot, or are they just using the name?
Knotfest.
Right,
but Slipknot is taking Knotfest and making it a...
So Slipknot's going to headline?
I don't think they're going to headline, but I think they're going to have something to do with it. Corey's going to have something to do with it.
Okay, because I heard something about that. They were just using the name, but Slipknot actually...
I mean, but Slipknot's not going to be the next... I think they'll be the next best thing to go down in history as being the best. Like when all those other bands pass, it'll be, oh shit, Slipknot's still around.
Yeah.
Lamb of God's still around.
I could kind of see Tool as well being a big if they ever. Because I mean they draw in a huge crowd, but I mean they release albums every 20 years.
But to me, I don't think they have the talent enough to stand up to those names, in my opinion.
So, I mean, I can't really think of any. I mean, like you said, if there's going to be anyone,
I don't think we've seen it yet. I think that what's going to happen...
They got to be brand new.
Yeah, I think it's going to be someone that it's going to pop up and it's going to be, oh, wow, they released a record. Like, that's cool. And it's just going to keep going from there. And pretty soon you're going to be like, holy shit, they're those... I mean, look at these fucking kids, like that Greta Van Fleet band.
I have no idea what that
they're
is.
Supposedly, they sound a lot like Led Zeppelin, which I don't see. And I don't think they're that great. But they've gotten over in a great way, and they're just a bunch of kids. And they play instruments. They're not like a boy band. They're a band. And they've gotten over in a huge way, and people love them. It could be something easy, simple like that. that is going to get over.
One thing I do like about a band that would be coming out these days, which I guess is a positive and a negative, is that you don't need a major record label anymore if you have the talent.
Exactly.
If you got the goods, you can put something on YouTube.
And someone will. That's how Justin Bieber got discovered by that other guy.
Even thinking of that Gundam style guy. He didn't have a big record label behind him. He just had a super popular song.
Well,
they got billions of views.
Yeah. It's just like
he didn't need a giant record.
It's like the example I gave you with the Journey lead singer from the Philippines. No one would have known that he had all that fucking talent if he used the internet. And then Journey found him, and now he's singing for Journey. They were just here in the North Charleston Coliseum or Greenville, I think. But anyway, no, it was North Charleston. And he was just picking rice in the fucking Philippines and shit. Now look at him. He's a talented dude.
Hot shit now.
There could be a guitar player or a singer who is cooking at a shitty restaurant, goes home and fucking licks it up like it's nothing.
Well, hopefully, they join it. Hopefully, there's some shitty cook in a restaurant who can really play guitar, and then there's a really great singer and a really great drummer, and they all come together and have some kind of chemistry.
Look at E-Rock, how great of a guitarist he is.
True. Yeah. But he hasn't.
Right, but he's not. I'm not saying he's going to get up to the level of that. But
he's really great.
He's got fan base. He's got talent,
and he gets millions of views. But is he going to be an icon?
I think if he were to join a band with the chemistry you just talked about, they would.
Yeah, that would be interesting seeing. Even when you look at Metal Allegiance, there's a whole bunch of great guys together, but they haven't really popped. They got some cool songs, but just because you put some of the greatest musicians together doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be able to write great songs.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Look at Dream Theater. Great musicians together, but
I'm not a fan.
Man,
I'm going to throw
make some boring-ass music.
I'm going to throw another band at you that I think will be up there in the top tier eventually before they retire. That's Havoc.
Yeah, Havoc, they're that's another thing I wonder is are they going to, this next iconic band, theoretically, that may or may not exist in the future, are they going to do the Metallica route where they just play crazy-ass underground thrash music and just slowly develop a grassroots following that just stands the test of time, or are they going to come out and just immediately have a Black Album kind of thing?
No.
Instantly be popular.
No. I think it's going to be underground.
Like a grassroots movement.
Because maybe it's already happening.
Yeah.
With the example of Havoc.
Yeah.
Havoc's had great records.
Yeah.
But say if they were to make something, a Black Album right now, already be following the footsteps of Metallica.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that with, say, Trivium. They started out pretty heavy, and then they got kind of mainstream, but they're still pretty good. But still they're not at the level where they could sell out Madison Square Garden. They just, I think a lot of the problem is, too, there's a lot more metalcore bands nowadays that a lot of people are into. All That Remains, Asking Alexandra. Right, so do you think it would be a metalcore band that would be because metalcore is a childish genre. It's horrible. Yeah. It's and then I've got the fuck you. Yeah. That's horrible. But I don't think I think that's blocking the the way for some to get over, in my opinion. Interesting. Maybe. Metalcore might do it because it's so popular, and some of it you can pick out little spots that sound really good, but most of it is just immature trash. Is what I look at it as. I think honestly, obviously, the next iconic metal band is going to be Baby Metal. It's going to have to be. I love you for that. It's going to have to be them. In 50 years, we're just going to be all going to see Baby Metal. They'll be on their 25th album to come out. Well, let's talk about this for a second. After Maiden and all those guys go, are we going to be talking about Iced Earth, Rob Zombie, guys like that? Are they going to take the place? They should already be there. Somebody like Zombie, they would. I guess he's already an iconic band. Is he just still going to be around? Right, but he's not as old as. No, he's not. Guys. He's not that old. But he's been Marilyn Manson. He's been around since. Who doesn't have it anymore? I got heat for that, by the way, on Facebook. Oh, that was fine. Did the internet mob come after you? Well, no. I had this one person said, how do you know if he doesn't have it anymore?
when's the last time you fronted a band or whatever? And I was like, I'm fronting a band now, but we're not good. But I was like, well, I mean, you know, that's my opinion, you know. And he was like, who are you to say if anyone has it anymore? And I was like, oh. I was like, you obviously still have your mom's titty in your mouth.
What an asshole.
I got heat for that. That was fun. That was fun with me. But no, I mean, I can appreciate him thinking that, you know, but to say it's the end of the line, to say like, no, after this, there's never going to be anything great, as great, I think that's a stretch. I think I can see why he thinks that, and sometimes I think of it too, but I always say never, and you never know.
That is why I'm trying to make a point to see as many of these bands as I can right now, because, you know, even if there's something better, or something just as good as Iron Maiden in 20 years.
Let's go see Behemoth.
It ain't going to be Iron Maiden.
At the Underground.
That would be nice.
Let's do it.
Nice. That would
at the gates.
At Spartanburg?
No, at the...
the Underground's at Spartanburg, yeah.
No,
that's Ground Zero, I'm sorry.
No, the Underground's where we saw Sanctuary and Ister.
Oh, that's right.
We could, like, touch him.
That's right, in Charlotte, yeah.
We can touch him.
That's right.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up here. We've already taken too much of your time, so we appreciate you guys sticking around. Like I said, really cool stuff coming up here towards the end of the year. We're going to have some great interviews on the show. Going to have some local shit on here, as well as the Jasons are going to be on the show. October 20th. I want to thank 518 for hooking us up with that. Cult of Bastards, Mr. Todd Brown's band. I've been talking about that for a while. Their EP is coming out pretty soon. No, it's an LP. They're gonna be on the show pretty soon. We as a Species, death metal band, doom metal band from Colombia. They're gonna be on the show. Pretty stoked about that. So a lot of cool shit that we're getting up there. What are you picking at?
My laptop is really dirty.
Clean it. Let me clean it for you.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Again, guys, I appreciate everyone's support. And thank you so much for keeping us here. Again, I'm PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker. I'm going to watch this laptop. We'll see you guys later.